Real talk, real life, real growth.
This is Raw Reality with Tori Story and Fit with Lily.
Welcome back to season 6 of the Raw Reality podcast. I can't believe we're up to season 6.
Yeah, crazy. But I also love that it's season 6, 2026.
It feels so clean.
And now we're just going with the years.
We've basically done that. So we must have just started the podcast in 2020. No,
we had, no. We had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 was, we did it like when we did our mid-year break.
Mm-hmm.
And then we scrapped that.
Yeah. Well, we timed it really well.
Yeah, we did.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot has happened. We left you guys hanging last episode with Tori's pregnancy announcement.
Yeah.
But we're back to give you all of the details in between.
Yeah. And there's lots to come. So obviously we're not going to go over absolutely everything today. But we want to give you a life update over the since Christmas, basically.
Been pretty much a month.
Yeah. And then we're going to go into some goals and our vision boards and everything for 2026.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, but Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was really good, very busy. So now we have kind of gotten to a point where obviously Kate's family's in Sydney, mine's in Melbourne, we live in the Gold Coast. Perfect. So last year we both went our separate ways for Christmas because we're only like 2 months into dating, whatever, love spending time with my family. This year he was like, Lily, we've got to like kind of now come up with a plan of who's going to spend Christmas where. And I was like, it kind of got like hit me that I was like, I'm not spending every single Christmas with my family anymore. Now I'm nearly turning 27, which is in itself wild. So like you get to an age where you've just got to accept that you're getting older and that's how life goes. Yeah. So we decided this year we'd go with my family. Great start. And we went to Sydney first to spend a week with his, and then we went to Melbourne to spend a week with mine. So nice, but like just so busy. Like when you're seeing family, it's just like go, because we went to Central Coast and he lives like an hour or so away from like Sydney hub, so you have to get there. And then we got back, we then drove to Bendigo when we got to Melbourne, and then drove to Bendigo to see like my nana. Then all the way home the next day we drove 3.5 hours to like the lake, which is Bundalong, and it was just so much driving and traveling, but very good. Christmas is never relaxing.
No. Your Christmas this year was like mine last year.
Yes.
That's why I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Yes. Well, no, literally post this year, we both got back and we're like, we're not doing that again.
No, it's so hard.
Yeah. We're trying. So next Christmas is with his family and we're going to try and get his family to come into Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So then it only means that we are traveling to Melbourne like to Sydney once to see his family, then Gold Coast for ours. So that's kind of our game plan. But overall, it was nice. How was yours?
Yeah, it was good. We did the week prior to Christmas in Adelaide, so like similar to you guys. Spending time with Jackson's family. We had his cousin's wedding, so it was nice to just like catch up with everyone. I still was pretty sick, so like very low key, didn't do all that much, but it was nice to just hang and chill. We were there for about a week. Then I went to Melbourne because we had our end of year concert for the acro, my acro club. So we went to that, and that's where I told everyone I was pregnant. So that was just like the best. And I feel like I didn't really cry much when I was telling people that I was pregnant. Probably because I told everyone so early. I was like still protesting. But when I told specifically my coach and like the little girls that I lived with this year, literally just bawled my eyes out. Like it was crazy.
I feel as well too, like pregnancy hormones were starting to kick in a little bit more.
Yeah. So it was so sweet to like tell everyone in person, which I wanted to do. Was spent the whole day and the night with them, and then basically flew back to the Gold Coast that next day. Because then my dad was flying into the Gold Coast from Perth. So my dad and his partner came over to Queensland from Perth for Chrissy because he had the year off my little brothers. So he was like, I'm ready for a chill Christmas. So we had our first Christmas on the Gold Coast, which was like weird. Like it didn't really feel like Christmas. Both Jackson and I were like, doesn't really feel like Christmas, but it was good. It was nice to relax.
And it was also raining, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a bit of rain or storms in the afternoon a lot. Christmas Day was really nice. Like had a massive breakfast, went down to the beach, came home, had a sleep for 2 hours, watched a movie, had a dinner, like toasties for dinner. It was so good. And honestly just like chilled out, which was nice compared to last year, but with being so sick, like kind of had to. And then basically from there we all headed to Sunny Coast for New Year's.
For New Year's.
Yeah.
Our New Year's, guys,
was very different to the last 4.
So I've been telling people that this was the first 7 years I didn't drink. It's a lie. I went to Wildlands a few years ago in prep and didn't drink.
Oh, yeah, you did too.
But because we did something, I didn't really think of it. But this was so tame. The thing was, I think we've all just had a really big last few months of like go constantly. And all of us collectively just didn't make a plan besides just going to Taylor's. And we're like, that's literally the plan. Go to Taylor's, nothing else.
Which wasn't even a plan until 2 days before.
2 days before, yeah. Like, no one really spoke about it. And it was just so nice. We watched at 8:30 p.m. fireworks, then fell asleep in her mum's bed.
Yeah, like the four of us girls fell asleep. The boys were playing card games. And then
that was it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is how my favorite New Year's should be spent.
Yeah.
I also think I'm like nervous around drinking. I don't know why, but I've almost like formed an anxiety around drinking in a way of like, I do not want to feel shit the next day at all. And I'm like, why would I ever want to feel like that? And I kind of felt it a little bit because I love wine. Like, I do love a good glass of wine. And I didn't even have one at Christmas. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like, why? And then I had like half a thing of like limoncello. That tasted really good, but like headache instantly because of the sugar in it. I don't know if it was a placebo thing as well, but I was like, holy shit, this is just like, did not make me feel good. And then just like to give another example, like sidetracking a little bit, but this weekend we had our friend Hattie's like birthday, and when we got there, Kate isn't a big drinker either. Like, we both just don't really drink at all. And I was like, we got there, everyone was drunk straight away, and they were like, shot, do this, and I was like, okay, maybe I do want to drink. And I was like, no, I know I don't. I just did a shot straight away because like everyone else was doing it. They gave it to me. I was like, whatever. And I was driving. So I knew that I wasn't going to drink anymore. It was just like the start of the night. But then I'd had a few comments to me like, oh, why aren't you drinking? Let your hair down. Come on. Then it kind of just started getting in my head and being like, maybe I am boring. Maybe I'm not living my life. Maybe I need to have fun a little bit more. This just goes to show your environment matters. Now, love every single person that went there. It has nothing to do with them at all. This was a very internal thing. But I was like, wow, when I'm around my group, that's what I want to do. Like, we don't ever drink. We don't ever party. Like, if we go out, we have like one or two of us sober, right?
Or if someone's not drinking, it's never
a thing. With this particular occasion, I was like, I feel like I'm boring because I'm not drinking because of the environment I was in. And I was like, oh, I just like started to get in my head. Soon as I got in that goddamn car at 7:30 p.m. to go home, never been happier in my life.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is why I don't drink, so I can go get out, enjoy my life, in bed, sunrise walk the next day.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how much your environment, like peer pressure, could almost like, if I wasn't strong in my like internal morals and values, I easily could have like tipped to the left and been like, okay, fine, would have hated myself the next day.
It's almost like drinking anxiety, but reversed in the way that like people get drinking anxiety because of the way they behave when they drink or like, I don't know, just whatever it is in terms of drinking. But it's like we have the anxiety of not drinking, but the feeling of drinking when you don't really want to drink, but you feel like you have to.
Yes.
Which I guess is a good side to be on.
100%.
But you're right. Like, if you're with the right people, you're not going to feel like you need to drink.
Exactly.
And we all have so much fun with alcohol. So,
yeah.
Well, I can't now for the next 12 months at least. So,
not like you would anyways.
No. But no, it was so nice. And then we woke up New Year's Day to it raining, which was nice for a bit. And then the sun came out. We went to the beach. Was so nice. Then we changed location, went to a different house and stayed there for a couple nights. And it was literally like every day the boys went out and played golf and the girls laid by the pool. And it was so perfect.
I wish you could hear how many times we were saying, I just love my life. I love my life.
Anytime there was silence, I was like, I love my life.
The whole entire time. And that just goes to show how content we all were.
Yeah, honestly, so good.
Yeah.
So it was a nice way to bring in the new year, like literally wholesome.
Yeah.
And then from there, we all kind of headed back to the Gold Coast, or like went back. And honestly, from that like next Monday, which was the 5th, like everyone was kind of getting back into it. I feel like the first week of Jan, or like as soon as Jan started, I started to feel like a bit better. I was still like throwing up here and there if I didn't take my anti-nausea in time. But that first week of Jan from Monday 5th, like I had such a big, not a big week, but like a good week compared to like what I've been having. But that Sunday night before, I literally was in bed bawling my eyes out to Jackson because I was like, I have absolutely no inspiration, motivation for anything.
Why do you like never tell me these things?
I feel like I did I not?
No. I saw it in a story. I was like, interesting.
Sometimes I internalize things and
Sometimes? Just all the time.
because I feel like I tell you guys everything, but I just was like, I don't know, I was literally laying in bed and I just started bawling and I was like, okay, cool, what's going on here? And I guess like having like literally 15 weeks off, not being able to not even just like mentally do anything but physically, like couldn't get off the couch, couldn't go for a walk, like all of the things I love to do. And for someone who's very creative, always inspired by work, like to not feel that like at all was like terrifying, to be honest. So I had that moment laying in bed and Jackson's like, you're pregnant, like you need to do whatever you need to do to look after your body and look after our baby, like. And it was just a moment of like, I do just fully have to surrender. And I think this past week, probably like this morning and last night got to me a bit as well, because I had a really good week last week. Like I was getting back into work. Like after I had that breakdown, the next day it was like a breakthrough. Like I've been so inspired specifically with the podcast, like just going ham.
She's been slaying guys.
I'm just like really excited for this year. Like both Jackson and I have big plans in the podcast space. And I think just like having that spark back was really good. Had a great week. Then what did we do on the weekend?
This past weekend?
Yeah.
We had family night Saturday. I went out. I think you just chilled.
Yeah, I cleaned the house.
Yeah.
And I had a massive day Saturday because our housemate moved out. That's right. And then so moved my mum's room into the housemate's room. Then we've now set up our podcast studio in our spare room.
For the time being.
So like I had a massive day and then I woke up Sunday, not great. And I think just like if I have a massive day, the next day is generally not great. And I think because I get so excited of feeling good that I'm like, oh, like let's go. So fast forward to last night, Jackson comes to bed at like 2 a.m. because he had a big night on the computer. Thank God it's like not like a big night out at the club. It's like he was literally
had
at the
a
computer.
big night on the computer, guys.
I woke up. He's like, I set up my Mac studio. I voice mode all those people. Like, go king.
Voice memo at like 1:30 a.m. JT visuals.
No, literally, so many people. And I woke up when he came to bed with a splitting headache, and I was like, for fuck's sake. And I'm just at the phase where I'm like, I'm tossing and turning so much. Like, I wake up every minute. I go to the toilet. And then so I said this morning I was going to have a very chill, not go for a walk because I knew I needed energy for this. But then I started to go through that comparison phase of like, well, fuck, like Taylor and Riley have been able to work out, maybe not first trimester, but like Taylor went for a freaking run the other day.
I saw that.
Like on the track, and like Riley slaying with like Pilates, and like I did go to Pilates yesterday, and it felt good, but then like my sciatica, holy freaking shit, I need to go to the physio because I don't know. If it gets worse, like it's kind of concerning because they say you can't do a lot. And I just want to move my body. I just want to walk. I just want to train. Like I want to go to the gym and do some face pulls. Like, but it's just like, it just doesn't feel achievable at the moment.
I think it's momentum as well.
Yeah.
Like you start to get that little bit of momentum and then it cuts you again. It's just like in everything in life, right? We literally say, okay, you're going to feel better when you actually find that consistency and that momentum pushes you. But like right now it's like up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
And that would be so hard on you mentally. Like just imagine even like a normal person, someone's not pregnant, on one day, off one day, on one day, off. God, I'd go literally insane. Yeah. So I can't even imagine how you feel, but it's just like, surrendering.
Yeah, I'm not choosing to then switch off and go, oh, I can't feel like it today. I don't feel like it. It's literally like I physically can't go and do that. I think literally every single morning you need to write in the journal, I am pregnant, full stop. I am pregnant, full stop. I am pregnant. Line after line after line. Yeah, and I think it's just, you know, it is my body's way of being like, you need to slow down. Like I had such a massive year last year. Like it's okay to slow down. Like postpartum, different story. We're going ham, hopefully, but I just have
it's
to
even
like,
though like not putting expectations on yourself.
100%. I have no idea what postpartum's gonna look like, but hopefully I can.
Yeah.
But it's just like fuck, like this is potentially what pregnancy is gonna look like, and even like I said, if I don't take my anti-nausea in the morning, I'll throw up straight away, and then I'm good. But then the last couple of nights, like I've randomly just thrown up before dinner, which hasn't happened like for weeks, and I'm like, what?
So
and I was just like, I don't want to go backwards. And I was like, oh, like, and like we're both, Jackson and I, so excited for like the direction at the moment, but it's like I can't meet him where he's at, and that's okay. But it's like I want to.
I know.
So it's just navigating this pregnancy, I guess, because like I'm here, I'm doing it, and like I'm so excited. And it's really just like to not compare your pregnancy to like anybody else.
You
Because
literally
every
can't.
single person is different.
Absolutely.
Sure, that's been my new year.
Well, I'm just gonna like flip that a little bit.
Lily's feeling the best she ever has.
I've taken up surfing, guys. I got a okay. Little backstory. If you don't like know my background, I love the water, the lake, the ocean. Like I grew up on a lake. So like water skiing, wake surfing, all of the things. My childhood was on a lake.
Also so crazy that like same. And it was this like both Bundalong Yarrawonga.
I know.
So crazy.
Like I was born in Albury Wodonga, which is like the most random small
which
country
is where
town.
my family's from. And I moved when I was 3 from Perth to Albury.
And I moved out when I was 2.
Yeah.
So strange.
And then like every year from when I was probably, whenever my mum met her ex-partner, like probably 7, maybe 8, like we started going to Yarrawonga Bundalong until like I was probably
we would have been
17.
like probably kilometers away for years.
Yeah, probably surfing past each other, wakeboarding.
That's fucking wild.
Anyway, yeah.
So love the lake. And before we went to Christmas, we all know that I was a little bit stressed. I'll touch on that later. But I went into the ocean and our friend like Cruz and Tane were surfing and I was like, oh my God, I just want to like have one go. Absolutely did not do anything. But like it was so fun, grab the surfboard and I like ran out of the water. Like I don't think I've been that happy in a while. And like Cade saw that on my face. He was like, did you have fun? I was like, so much fun. Like, and he was like, wow, I haven't seen that side of you in like so long. So for Christmas, it's like, we're getting her a surfboard. Like I need that Lily more often. So he got me a surfboard and we have been having so much fun on it. It is the hardest thing. I really underestimated it because I can wake surf like that so easily, but it's the getting out to the ocean in Gold Coast that is incredibly hard because you get caught in the impact zone. You're like, crash a wave on top of you. Okay, you're up, you're recovered, you start paddling again, but you're already pulled back, so now you're just back at the impact zone, crash, recover again, and you can't even get past the wave.
Yeah.
And so the first like week we were trying, I kept going out to the big waves with the big boys. I just thought that's how you would practice. Then we go to New Year's and Riley was like, Lily, what are you doing?
It was so funny. It was like Christina, myself, Riley, T, and
Tay.
Isaac just sitting and Tay watching Cruz, Cade, Jackson, Lily go surfing. And it was just so funny. Like, it was just like, oh, shit. I see his head. Oh, he's gone. Oh, Lily's storming out of the water. And Lily's sitting on the sand.
It was just like, oh, defeating. So anyways, I got some surfing tips by Riley and T. And they helped me basically stay in the whitewash area. And they just gave me like actually how to like turtle roll and how to get through the impact zone. And I learned so much in that 30 minutes in comparison to the few weeks of doing it. And it's just so much fun. It is such a full workout, but you can't be on your phone. You're in the middle of the ocean. You don't know what time it is. You're just like out there with your friends having fun. And it is like the best time ever. I still can't really do it properly. So I think I want to get a proper surfing lesson because I can now do the small waves easy, like the whitewash, not even small waves. But anytime I try to get a big wave, I just nosedive. So we're going to figure that one out.
Yep.
But it's just like so incredibly fun. However, it has taken over me physically. Exhausted. It is so hard paddling, getting ragdolled underneath the water. I only trained 3 times last week because I was like, I literally can't do any more than that. And I feel great now. So yeah, get a hobby, guys.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever. And
And
then
something that's like not, like it's literally just for you to go and have fun and just like try something new.
Exactly. Yeah. And then now the boys are also addicted to golfing.
Yeah.
The boys have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
At least it's healthy addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's either like cameras, surfing, golf, who knows what's next?
Work.
Catan.
Catan.
Yeah, work.
Oh, Catan.
3 a.m. gym sessions.
Oh, no.
Once a week.
I got to the gym this morning and I knew that I was about to get bullied because they were like, they went at 3:45 as whatever those boys freaking do right now. And I was going at like 4:45/5 because, I'm recording all day.
Yeah.
I'm Jackson after. I was
And
like,
then,
it's the only time I literally can train today. And Kate's like, just come with us early. I'm like, Kate, that extra hour's sleep is make or break for me. I have to get
like
that extra hour.
3:30 a.m.
No.
is like midnight.
No, but how much I rushed this morning, I low-key wish I did that. But I would have crashed in the afternoon. So, anyways, I get to the gym, they're walking out. Oh, where you been all morning? It's fucking afternoon, isn't it? Oh, nice for you to sleep in. Hope you have a great sleep. I was like, fuck my life.
And it's like, well, Jackson's done it like the last couple of weeks, but like just once a week. But on that one day when he comes home, when Lucy was here, and she would walk in from her morning walk, it's like, oh, I've already been to the gym.
Yes.
I've already done my walk. Like, what have you been doing?
On our call this morning, I was talking about not training faster cardio trains. Kate's like, well, I've been training at 3:45 in the morning, so like, what am I meant to eat? I was like, oh my God.
And that's the other thing. And the first time they did it, Jackson comes home. I'm like, did you have a good quality session? He was like, not really. I'm like, well, because you have you have nothing in your system.
You also had 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. And every time they choose to train at 3:45, the night before, I think tonight's going to be a late one. Can we organise this a little bit better? Because then he'll crash this afternoon.
The thing is, right, I like the only reason they do it basically is because Cruz, one of our like other close friends, has to be at work at the crack of dawn. And Kate's like, but I really want Cruz to train with friends and I want to train with friends. So they just all suck it up and go train with Cruz at that time. But the difference is Cruz is in bed at 7:30 a.m. dead asleep. We have dinner at 8:30 last night. Wow. We're still awake, wired. And I'm like, brother, this is not working.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have a couple left. Cut my hair off.
Oh, yes.
Like literally cut so much hair off. And I'm obsessed with it. I also went back brunette, guys.
Thank God.
Just got rid of the blonde. It's still kind of coming through, but I'll probably get a gloss soon. But my hairdresser is also like 32 weeks pregnant.
Oh, I'm really nervous. I feel like I'm going to have to rush to get her in the ASAP.
Oh, yeah, you should do that.
Shit.
If you want it before she pops.
Yeah.
And... I feel like I already touched on it, but just, trying to find a routine, which I think I'm just surrendering to the fact that I'm not going to have a specific routine. Mm-hmm. But what I have been doing, which I'm obsessed with, is on my Google Calendar, time blocking. Mm-hmm. So Mondays, after our sunrise walk, I spend from, say we're home by like 6:37, I spend the next 2 hours going through emails, kind of setting up the week, doing anything that I need to. Mondays, we obviously drop an episode, so just a bit of time for that. Then I'd like to do like a mid-morning Pilates kind of thing, gym, whatever. And then it's like Tuesday mornings, we're doing 9 till 1 is for the podcast. That's like our thing. And then I've decided to do 2 YouTube videos a week. And the audience has voted for Sundays and Thursdays.
Yes, great. I thought so too.
So now I'm like, okay, Wednesdays I'll spend a couple hours editing, ready for Thursday. And then Thursday mornings I'll spend on the podcast because hopefully we'll have 2 episodes a week. Mm-hmm. So it's like all happening, but I'm like, I need to be like, Thursdays, I'm doing this. And then anytime I have like a facial, eyebrows, kinesiology, whatever it is, it's all after those things. It's around, unless like it has to be, but it's around the work that I've set in my time blocks.
I think that's the best thing for us, even like myself moving into this year, is actually having the specific days for things. Yeah. We've said about the podcast for like years maybe. Yeah. But I'm like, we've set it this year. I'm like, there's no leeway. Like we're busy girls now. Yeah. We have no choice but to stick to it. So.
And I've like, obviously Jackson's now kind of, not obviously, you guys don't know this yet, but like kind of taking over our podcast in the back end recording or whatever. And his front load of the week is a lot less than the back load. So Tuesdays for him is like, great. He said to me this morning, he goes, you watch your episode will be done before Lily leaves. I was like, okay, we'll see. But yeah, so it's like, it's where we're at and what we need at this point in time. Yeah.
Well, you guys know that last episode I finished on like, I was like, my anxiety's high. I feel not good. I was crying every single day, really struggling to regulate myself. And I kept saying, I think it was because of prep. And then I was out of prep and I was like, maybe it's not. I do think that had a really big contribution to how I was feeling because I was still only a few weeks out. Coming out into like this year, I've already felt so much better because I've implemented a few things. And I think number one, it's like I've actually implemented trying to be present in things, and when I'm doing a task, do that task, and trying to make myself not feel overwhelmed. Like if I'm having things chucked to me left, right, and center, like actually just sit there and breathe and know that it's not the end of the world, because every single day I've proven to myself that no matter what, I get it done. So I don't know why I'm stressing about trying to get it done when I know that I will. And I think just like really regulating with myself, that is easier now that my emotions aren't as high. So I think that really goes hand in hand 100%. I've definitely noticed that anxiety is still coming in now and then, but I'm like handling it better, which is good. And actually having like regulated conversations with Cade around business, because we obviously like own it together. And when something grows really fast, you have to move fast, and there's going to be like, not conflict, but like, he needs something, I want something. It's just like, and we're both very fiery people. And the other night, it had nothing to do with business, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but here we are. This was probably my first ever time in my life where there wasn't no, there's probably like an argument that was like kind of brewing. And then I was like, can you just tell me what's wrong? Because like, I know that something's wrong with you right now. And he said it. And instead of us like starting to yell at each other, I would start to cry always. Not like, we haven't fought in ages, like ever. I think since like a year ago or something. But I would like cry, get emotional, get defensive, be like, no, that's not right. This is you. But like, we were both able to like literally stand there, talk to each other and like be like, okay, well, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling. And not be like, well, you're feeling this because I'm doing this or something. It was like actually understanding what the other person needs and why. And then me kind of saying my reasoning, not saying that his isn't valid, but like, it was so healing. And I went to bed and I was like, I didn't cry. What the heck? And I was like, and we woke up fine the next day and it's already been like amazing in the past, like, I don't know how many days it's been. I was like, wow, it is crazy what happens. I think getting older, number one, is a huge factor to this, but just like actually being regulated in a conversation and trying to understand how someone else feels and not just like putting your guard up straight away, world of difference. So,
and it is hard when you have two hotheads.
Yeah.
Not that you're like, he's a hothead. Not that you're but you're sensitive.
Yes.
So then you get defensive.
I'm a fiery, sensitive girl. Yeah. I'm like, we're both fire star signs. Yeah. If that helps. Yeah. At all.
Whereas like Jackson just doesn't yell ever.
No. Kate doesn't. He uses a loud voice.
He could raise his voice. Yeah. But he gets stern and it's kind of scary.
And it's South African. So like, I was saying to his mom, he was like, well, the thing is, like, because she's South African, obviously, as well. And she was like, we yell in the moment, and 2 minutes later, I'll be like, so what do you want for dinner? Yeah. And I was like, that is Kate. Like, I never met someone that gets over things so quickly. Yeah. Like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, can you do this for me? I was like, what?
And then in your head, you're like, you hate me. You're going to break up with me.
No, literally. And I think that also was our discussion the other night, too. Yeah. So, yeah. Just turns out speaking to your partner
actually works.
Yeah.
I actually, side note, was listening to Chrissy Chella episode with, I don't know what podcast it was, but I just like searched her up and listened.
I reckon we could have listened to the same one.
Could have been, because it was like the top one.
It's true. She talked about Albanian?
Yes.
Yeah, I literally think that I listened to that and then we had this normal level conversation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because she was talking about how, firstly, she owns her businesses with her ex.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
No, yes, we listened to the same one.
And then, she was just saying, like, obviously there's so many people, we know so many people that own businesses with their partner. Mm-hmm. And then she obviously started with her ex and then they just, like, fell out of love, but they kept, I feel like my mum would do this, but, like, they just kept things amicable and they run a slay business together, which is just, like, wow, so interesting. Yeah. Also, didn't know she like was not deported. What's the other word?
Immigration.
Immigrated.
Yeah.
To England.
Crazy. I think as well, like literally what she said, and since she said that, I also brought it up to Kate because I'm like, oh, okay, like we got to like make sure that she was like, we're literally being in bed, and she was like, things would start to get spicy, and then he'd be like, oh wait, did you reply to this email? And then she was like, well, fuck no. And then she's like, well, then I don't want his hands on me. And I said to Kate, I was like, we've got to like kind of like separate a little bit because sometimes that will happen. And I'm like, did you answer that DM like for this? Did you get on that call? And I'm like, are we literally in bed? Like, I don't really feel
it's like, because obviously your office is at home, so you can't say like at home no. I know. It's like the bedroom, there is no business talk.
I know.
As soon as you open that bedroom door, zip it up. Okay?
Yeah, literally. If you want some fun time, don't open your mouth.
Don't open your mouth. Yeah. Actually, I do have 2 updates. Yeah. Pregnancy updates.
Yes.
So we had 2 kind of scares, I would say.
Oh, yes.
At the end of last year. So basically I had my NIP test, which is like the, they test all the chromosomes for, say, Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, like there's heaps of different ones. That came back all great, low risk, perfect. And then we obviously get our 12-week scan, which you're in there for usually about an hour, and they're checking every little thing, 5 fingers, 5 toes, spine, measuring everything. They measure what's called the nuchal measuring at the back of their neck, which basically goes off the back of the NIPT, and they kind of check it all together and they examine and everything. So basically I got my NIP done in Queensland, and then I got my 12-week scan in Adelaide because we were there for my 12 weeks. But because they were done in separate states, they couldn't finish the examination because they were in separate states. So then I still got the results from the scans and everything. At that scan in Adelaide, we were there for an hour and a half.
That's crazy. Yeah. In the ultrasound room.
Yeah, like scanning my belly, like seeing our baby.
How much is there to see?
There's
it's
a
tiny.
Lot. Yeah, well, because they have to like wait till he's in a certain position to then see his front forearm and like, like literally everything. But he was oh yeah, I'm having a boy, which you guys have seen.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, oh crazy, I can say that now. He was flipping, turning, doing handstands, rolling, and she was kind of getting a bit stressed. She was a bit younger. She was doing a great job, but just seemed stressed. So she's like, all right, I need you to go for like a 10-15 minute walk. So we just walk around, got a coffee, came back, and then he was good for like 2 seconds and he rolled again. And she was trying to get this nuchal measuring, which is like the most important part. And then she was like, can you get up and do like 15 star jumps? So I was in the room doing some star jumps.
You would think that would make them move around more.
Well, it kind of like hopefully just like flips them to a different position. Lay down again, 2 seconds, great position, gone. And then I had to lay on my stomach for 10 minutes to try and get him to roll over. And then again, she like got the measuring, but afterwards it was like, okay, you could tell she was a bit stressed. So anyway, we get home back to the Gold Coast. My midwife calls me and you could just tell in her voice. I just broke down. She hadn't even said anything and my eyes started welling up. I was like, fuck. So basically the nuchal measuring, I can't remember exact numbers. I'm pretty sure 2.5 or 3 millimeters, I think. And under is normal, fine, all clear. And then anything above 3, I'm pretty sure, it's like 10%, 20% risk of some sort of chromosome or syndrome or something. And he was sitting at 3.9, which was 20% risk. So basically she was like, we're going to get you in straight for another scan. So I had to go and get literally the next day. And I was about to hit 13 weeks, which is the cutoff. Like you can't really get that scan after that time.
Why?
I'm not sure. I think it comes down to how big they are.
Right.
Not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But midwife, amazing. She got me straight into a really good clinic on the Gold Coast called Haven in Southport. And like specialist ultrasound doctor on site, midwife on site. Got the bloods done, went straight in for the scan, and they were so thorough. Like she was telling me every little thing that they look for, how he's looking. She's like, wow, his heartbeat's great, so healthy. And then his measuring was 2.3 or 2.4 or something like that. So they straight away got the on-site doctor in, and I was having a chat with him, and he was like, from what we can see, and you're nipped, which the nipped is bloods. So that's like 99% accurate, they say. He was like, comparing our scan with your nipped, like you have nothing to worry about, absolutely fine. Basically, if you don't feel happy with that and you want further testing, we can do it, which looks like, I don't know what they call it, but it's basically where they put a needle up my vagina into the baby's head.
So apparently it's into the sac, not the head.
Well, yeah, I guess it would be because that comes first.
Okay. Still.
But then I'm assuming they like withdraw blood from the baby to then check the chromosomes of the baby. I haven't like looked into it because he then followed up with, these are the risks for that. And we kind of just had to go with how we were feeling, gut feeling, and we were both pretty confident to go off that scan. Like she was so thorough, the doctor was really happy with it. And so we just went on with it. I literally don't know what happened. I don't know how those two results were so completely different.
It's just human error. At the end of the day, like we're all just like trying to do our best. And sometimes something's going to get wrong, just like a coffee order gets wrong.
Yeah. Like, it is tricky, and it's obviously hard when it's your baby and you want everything to be fine. But a lot of my midwives, like throughout your pregnancy, you have to also listen to your gut, like whatever you're feeling as well. So we kind of moved past that little hurdle and like did some kinesiology around it. And then a couple of weeks later, I had some bleeding. So I remember Jackson and I had sex one night. And then I think it was like the next 24 hours later, I started to bleed. And I know a lot of people will relate to this because I see it on Instagram all the time. But in that first 12 weeks or even 16 weeks, like you're kind of looking for everything. Like every time you wipe, you look for blood because it's like there's so much around miscarriage and all that sort of stuff. So I've had a lot of anxiety around that. So then to wipe and see blood, it's like absolutely terrifying. It was like dark brown spotting blood. So I kind of freaked out, but also was like, okay, it's not bright red. It's old. Gushing. Like, okay, like just breathe. Let's call my midwife straight away. Spoke to her. She was like, asked all the questions, what it looks like. Is there any clots? All the things. She was like, let's monitor, see how you feel. I had absolutely no pain as well. She said sex is like a massive thing for this. Because when you have sex, it obviously stirs up the cervix. And then if you've got any old blood there, like it's just going to come through. So I was like, okay, yep, fine. It kind of was there for like a couple hours, very, very light. She's like, put a pad on straight away. If you're feeling the pad, we get checked. Very, very light. Then that night, like, had absolutely nothing. And then I had again a little bit more the next day, then nothing, then a little bit more that night. So it was very, like, fluctuating on and off. Again, no pain, still dark brown, like, having to take photos of me wiping and, like, send it to my midwife. Even I sent it to, like, obviously my mum and my coach Mel from Melbourne, like, because she's had 4 kids, like, and recently. So it's like, she's like, send me photos, like, and she's just like on it. I was like, well, this is what it is. Like,
it is, yeah.
So everyone kind of was pretty reassuring and like, you know, everything's okay. And then it got to the second day when I was still kind of having a little bit, and my midwife was like, all right, like, if you want, like, let's go get checked. My hesitation was like going into the emergency room after my last trip to the hospital. Like, we were there for 6 hours before we even got treated and seen, and it was just awful. There was like another like private emergency clinic in Robina, and it closes at 9, and this was like 8:30. And I was just like crying because it's like, obviously it's so stressful. You want to make sure everything's okay. You'd rather get checked than not. But then in the same breath, I felt like my gut was like, it's like fine. Everything's fine. Like it's spotting blood. It's old blood. So I was like, okay, like, just breathe. Let's go through the night. And I was like, I'm not going to the hospital again at nighttime. And then I think it was like from the next day onwards, like, have had absolutely nothing. Didn't have sex for like 3 weeks to a month because they say like steer clear, and then I was terrified. But had sex the other night and everything was fine. It was fine. So yeah, obviously it's like those things are terrifying. Yeah. But you kind of just have to navigate them. We have a good team, obviously a great partner, great
just
friends.
Learning through it as well. Like, it's your first pregnancy, and like, it's the first, like, all of us in the group, like, you don't know what to expect. You haven't learned of someone else in the close, like, whereas if I get pregnant now, there is so much for me to already know. Like, I don't even need to do anything. I'll just call you. Like, who needs a midwife and a Tori? Like, you know what I mean?
And yeah, like, it's just so interesting. Like, my hairdresser, a kinesiologist who was at our event, if you guys were there, she and I were talking not too long ago, and she's had like the chillers, not the chillers, but like she's been chill, like had no real anxiety through pregnancy, but she's so scared for newborn life because this is her first newborn. And she's like, how do I wrap it? Like, what do I do for this? Like, how do I change a nappy? Whereas I'm the complete opposite. My pregnancy is like, anxiety, like, just want it to be okay. I want to do everything I can. But newborn, I'm like, I've been there, I've done that 4, 5 times. Like, I know what I'm doing, based off like little brothers and nieces, nephews. So I'm like, I'm good for that. Like, I'm so excited for that. It's just getting through this
period.
Next 5 months. Yeah. So,
yeah. Well, I have one more update because I'm going to be a mum.
I was like, what are you telling me?
But in a different way.
A fur baby mom.
By the time this comes out, I will have my little bossy boots. God. His name is Boston. He's an English blue staffy. Nickname Bossy Boots, all the things, but it's Boston. We pick him up tomorrow from Sydney. So we were going to drive there and drive back, but we would have already had to like leave within 3 hours. So we're like, let's just fly to Sydney on the day we're getting him, then we'll get a hire car and drive home.
It just makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. And I'm so excited. So basically, when we went to Sydney over Christmas, we went and visited them because we only had photos. I didn't really know like which one I wanted for personality, and there was 2. There was a brown collar and a light blue collar. Originally, off photos were like light blue 100%. But when I got there, this brown collar just like did something to me, and I don't know why. And I was like holding them both. The blue one felt like a little bit more like flimsy. The browns felt solid, but like cuddly. And I was like, I want the brown. Then Cade's family, with the boy, his brothers really wanted like a new puppy, which they already have an American staffy called Zeus, and it's a big bulldozer.
Big boy.
But he is so cute. But I do not know how they're gonna handle both of them. But we got that another dog for them for Christmas. Yeah. And we obviously asked, we're like, we can get it for you guys for Christmas for your family. And they approved it. So we're also getting that one. And I was like, perfect, because it means that I still get the light blue one, which I technically wanted, but it's going to go to his family. So we're going to go pick up them both and then drive.
What are they calling it?
Bruce.
Yes. Bruce and Zeus. I love it. I think it's great.
Well, I wanted it be for like Boston and Bruce. But then Bruce and Zeus.
Boston, Bruce and Zeus. It works well.
It was going to be Bronco after the rugby team.
Cute.
But yeah, I feel like Bronco would be better.
Yeah, Bronchi. I like that.
Yeah, but I think Bruce and Zeus.
Oh, Boston and Z.
I know. Cute. So I'm so excited for him. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. Like this whole time, like it's our last night, just us 2K. Because like it's a dog. And I'm like, we're about to be parents.
At least you can leave him.
I know.
For
a few hours.
3 hours a day
And
or a couple weeks.
Yeah, the best thing is Kate is on training. Like, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
watching YouTube videos constantly. ChatGPT has a full thing, he is all over it. Because the Staffy, you need to be well trained.
Yeah.
They're not just like a Ziggy that can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
Yeah.
if a Staffy jumps, ouch. We don't want him to jump. We don't want him to tear the house apart.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm so excited.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our 40 minutes of updates for you guys. But it was warranted. So we're all caught up. We're going to just touch on our goals for the year. Now, obviously, I remember speaking on the pod last year about kind of going into this year differently than I did every other year for my entire 25 years. But having a bit less of a plan.
Yeah.
Basically.
A vision.
A bit more of a vision, a bit more of a feeling and how I want to feel this year. There's still goals. I still have things I want to tick off, but it's more so how I want to feel throughout 2026 and then make my choices based off that feeling. Because last year, incredible year, like one of the best years of my life, to be honest, but chaotic, crazy, constantly like high cortisol, all the things. So this year we're flipping that.
Yeah.
And I've also had no choice to do that.
Yeah.
Because this little guy, he says, Mum, you need to calm down.
A little sesame.
So yeah, really just focusing on the feeling for the year. I think we said our words for the year last year.
Yeah,
But
we
we've
did.
got peace and presence.
Wow.
Yeah,
Our
it's pretty wholesome.
era. But I feel like everyone kind of is. Like, I've spoken to a few people, even getting like clients, I did all of this, and everyone is like really slowing down this year.
I think because last year being that final year, the year of the snake, the shedding, like everyone was kind of not scrambling, but like hustling, getting everything they wanted to do. Whereas going into the year one, into the horse year, it's like a refresh, you're starting over, you want to feel a bit more calm, and then it will build over the next 9 years. So it makes sense.
It does.
When you put it that way. But like, I swear every YouTube video I've watched or every podcast I listen to, people are like, I just want everything to feel easy and like still slay, but like an easy slay.
Yeah.
Basically.
I agree.
Okay. Goals.
So I've written down like 5 main goals that I want to achieve. I haven't broken my goals down. I've done half my vision board. It just hasn't been the time and place. Like, anyways, besides my.
Also, on that note, I feel like a lot of people get to either end of December or start of January and go, have to do my vision board, have to do my goals. You don't have to do anything, firstly. You can wait until February, until March, until you feel like you know what you want to achieve this year, because there's no point in rushing goals and selecting goals because everyone else is doing it, because it's that time of year and that's what you feel like you have to. If you're not in a place where you go, I really know what I want to achieve this year, don't go and set goals.
Yeah.
Like, take your time, see how you kind of want to feel this year, how you want this year to look. Like, did you like last year? What do you want to change? Like, really just take your time to reflect and set that.
Something that will be really beneficial that Kate and I actually did together on the flight home is Chris Williamson, Modern Wisdom. He has like a whole bunch of questions. I think it's called like the year review. You can literally just go on his website. It's free. Email it to you, and literally heaps of questions that you just answer, and it really breaks them down, but nothing in particular about like what are your goals for this year. It really prompts you to dive deeper onto topics about reflecting on the past and what you want in the future and your very, very future self. And it really helped me get clear on like why the year was a success and what didn't work and how to implement that into this year. So that is something I really recommend doing even if you have a clear vision, but if you don't, it really just helps to kind of get the ball rolling with things. But it doesn't give you like, yeah, this is your goal. Like, it's a highly, highly recommend.
Yeah.
So starting off strong with number 1 is we really want to get a warehouse. And yes, I feel like it's fun to speak about. No one in our group is really keeping secret. None of us, like, something's coming. We're like, so I've thought of this.
We tell you everything.
We tell you before it actually happens. So we basically want to get a warehouse. Myself, Cade, Tori, Jackson, all of us basically renting a space that we fit out ourselves with like offices for our like employees, coaches, as the team grows, and then equally as well, like the podcast studio we want to do in there, and that's what GTD Visuals is taking over, to really just have a space that is our own and to kind of separate work as well as like life and home, but at the same time really just like level up, right? Because at the end of the day, all our online coaches, well, this is for myself and Kate, all of online coaches are doing the same thing. And we really want to set the standard and set ourselves apart this year and be like, okay, what are people not doing? Let's do that. And I see a lot of like fashion brands, like specifically who like do a lot of TikToks, take you along for day in the lives, go to their office, and no online coaches do that. They're like, this is my client transformation.
Yeah, and it's that real mix between obviously being an online coach, you're doing it you're doing it because you love the job. You're doing it because you have freedom, you can do it wherever you like. But then you also miss that aspect of like going into the office and having friends to talk to and staff and like being in that team environment where it's like, I don't have to go every day. Yeah. But I absolutely can. And I have, if I don't want to work from the home office, I can go to the warehouse. Yeah. So it's just like having that option. And I think we're all at that stage of we're all growing so quickly and so much. It's like, all right, what's next for us? Yeah. And this feels good.
And it almost, you have to like push yourself in the deep end and then just doggy paddle and figure it out. And that's really my motto equally for this year, being present, but just like figure it out as it goes. And I used to be someone who was so reserved. I'm going to backtrack for a sec. So I've been my whole life told that I'm like optimistic, that I'm really positive, optimistic. You're such a happy, bubbly person. I think that this has changed in a way that like Kate said this something to me the other day. We were going through our star signs and it was like, oh, optimistic. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, to be honest, I don't think you're as optimistic as you think you are. And I was like, that's like my whole personality thing that I thought. And he was like, you kind of like hold yourself back because you always think of like the negative first. I will always be like, he'll be like, let's do this. I'm like, okay, but we can't because of this. And he's like, okay, let's try this. We can't because of this. And I'm like, oh, you're so true. Like I always have a rebuttal for something because I'm terrified that something isn't going to work out. So this year, I'm really trying to reframe my mind. And I think it's also just from owning a business. You always try to think of the problem before the problem exists, so that problem isn't created. Yeah. And I'm really trying to go into it with an open mind of like, let's figure it out as we go and don't think of the negatives until it comes up. So yeah.
Yeah. Mine are kind of like scattered into like multiple different things. But obviously my first goal being looking after myself and the baby through pregnancy and just having a good birth, a good newborn, like that is just like the priority for the year. Like just the fact that I'm going to spend 6 months with my baby in this year is crazy. Like we're going to have him in June, June, July. So like that's crazy. But that's just like the first priority. Look after my body, look after the baby, hopefully have my dream birth, and then just soak up that newborn bubble, which is crazy.
I know.
But yeah, that's my number one for sure.
My number two is feeling present and keeping my glow. Throughout the years, it's always, I swear, 6 months where I'm thriving, 6 months where I'm not. I just want consistency. Yeah. I just want to feel good year round, feeling present and just like being neutral.
And I feel like you can this year because you're not in prep. Yeah. Like it's like your maintenance year of like, let's feel good. Let's be steady. Yeah. Through this 2026. Yeah. I have I guess financial goal of like wanting to double my income this year. I did it last year and I kind of just keep climbing the ladder. Like, okay, let's double it again. Yeah. I think it just really like gives you that push to continue. Obviously, I don't want the pressure. Like if I did the same as this year, perfect, great, fine. But especially I do, yeah, like I do feel like I have the capacity to do more. Especially going into mum life, newborn, pregnancy, all the things. But like it's there, but I don't have to hit it. But like I probably will. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, then kind of staying on like the financial goal line is we want to buy 2 investment properties. We're pretty much approved for our first. We just got the first loan. We just don't have the property in place. That's a whole different ball game.
You gotta find that one.
Yep. But Katie is like on his property investment grind right now, so that's very much helping me. And that's kind of like what we want to build outside of coaching for future wealth assets, all the things. So that's our goal for this year.
My next one probably within my work and like social media, like really focusing on alignment with brands, which like is always the forefront. But just like really working with brands that I love, align with, and like just come in easy. And then YouTube consistency, which like I have been until the end of the year. But yeah, 2 a week would be really, really nice for as long as I possibly can. Yeah. And just really pushing YouTube to be hopefully that main source of I guess,
Income.
work and income, because I would love to just have Instagram to like document everything, still do brand collabs here and there, but like YouTube being that main source.
Well, it's almost like how you see Sarah's Day, Carly Ross, Sophie, like Sophie, like all of those people, like they do have YouTube. That's their main thing, and the Instagram you can tell it's just like if they don't post for a whole week, you wouldn't even notice. Like
and you know what's going on because of the YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My next one is stepping into my businesswoman era. I'm like really feeling that internally at the moment. Like Grace Beverly type vibe. That's who I'm loving. I'm loving Chrissy O'Shella. I'm loving, there's like a few other girls amongst the mix, and I just like really, I'm loving that. So that's something I want to step into. I don't know what goal specific. I think that one's more of a vision, but I want to become a little bit more like actually just like intelligent in general, and can articulate myself well and hold my own conversation in a room that maybe I don't know as much, but like I'm eager to learn and things like that. So that's what I would like for this year.
Yeah. And I think both of us sharing more on business.
Yes.
Through our socials, like whether it's coaching or the podcast, how we do everything, how we run everything.
Because like we've both said before, like there is also like a bit of a taboo around like social media, I think, but especially online coaching is you don't really show the highs and the lows. You just show like the transformations and things like that. But I want to kind of show behind the scenes of how to grow a successful coaching business, because people, like I said just before, people show how to, they like bottom up, they grow their own like product business, but it's never a service business when there's like people involved. And I think that would be really cool to show people. The exact same as social media. It's like, okay, we'll show the behind the scenes of like getting a club and creating the content and just like all of that with a podcast as well.
Yeah. What else do I have? I just really want to have a nice baby moon.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing.
Do you have any idea of where you want to go?
Somewhere in North Queensland.
Yeah.
Whether that be Hamilton Island, Townsville, anywhere that's going to hopefully be warm, like say April-ish. But I'm thinking 4 or 5 days. Don't really leave the resort. Have a buffet breakfast. Swim in the pool. Read my book. Jackson switch off for a little bit. And just like soak up our last.
So how does that make you feel? Because personally,
terrifying.
I think I would spiral. I'm nervous about a dog. And I'm like,
well, is that, oh my God, it's our last night together. The dog doesn't even speak to you. I don't really know yet.
Okay.
I think the one thing I'm more concerned about is Jackson's workload going into newborn life, because I don't want him to, you know, baby gets to like 6 months and he's like, fuck, like I should have been there. I wish I was there more. Not from my standpoint, but for like watching your kid grow up kind of thing. Because they say like, I just think your first newborn is like so sacred. Like obviously every newborn is that you have, but like your first one is crazy. And I think I just really want him to soak that up as well. And so just being mindful of like, okay, we do need to probably set some time off, have some boundaries around that, because like at the end of the day, this is our kid. Like we want to support him and like be there for him. But in terms of becoming a family, like I don't know if I just have
the word family. Wow, that's so fun.
I don't know if I really thought about it.
Yeah.
I think you just know it's happening, so it's like, well, this is what it is. Life at the moment, I guess, is still so normal because, you know, we're all working and like it just, you don't stop really. Like it just keeps on going. I think potentially the baby boom might be like, oh, like this is kind of it.
Yeah.
And I think too, every time we do something now, what would we do yesterday? Say like we go for a beach walk, I'm like, oh, like we'll have a car seat, we'll have to unload, either get the pram, strap him to us. Like everything we do now, I just am like starting to be like, oh, like will be the reality.
Yeah.
Which I'm like so excited for. I think I always have been, so I don't think I'm scared of that. And I said to him the other night, we need to prioritize date nights for us. We will have my mum around like early days, but then even after that, like you guys, like here, you take him for the night, we need to go for dinner. Like I think I just want to like make sure that happens. And I said to him like 2 nights ago, I'm like, at the start of the month, we need to pick one day of the month where we lock in a date night. Yeah. And he's like, how about every 2 months? I was like,
Jackson,
once a month at 6 p.m. we're allowed to go for dinner.
If you can go play 18 holes in golf on a Sunday,
every Sunday,
you can go with your future wife to steak.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, every month, like we lock that in. especially in that, you know, when we have a kid. So I just want to like have those things and making sure someone I think I heard on a podcast say you come first, then your relationship comes second, the baby comes third. Wow. In the sense that like
I heard this.
Yeah, I don't know where that was.
No idea.
Yeah. But I know the concept of it was very much like, obviously without my health and me being 100%, I can't then give on.
Yeah.
And then if me and Jackson aren't communicating or we're fighting, like then it's going to go on to the baby.
Yeah.
So I think because it's always like baby first. But I think when you put it that way, it's not that the baby's coming third.
Yeah.
It's just that I have to come first and foremost to give to my husband and my partner and my baby, and then so on and so forth. And I think the way that I can't remember where it was, but it was so special. I feel like it was
Diary CEO and Chris Williamson when they were speaking about it. But then I feel like
it was a female.
Girl, yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have one more. That again, it's quite broad and not too specific, but I want to start to be known. It'll probably be over a few years, but like, why not just fucking say this here? Be known as like an Australian-wide like coaching company. So you know how you've got like EBT, Move With Us, Sweat. Like that's the direction that we want to head in a way that is like well known, not just like, oh, okay, I saw her ad, I'm going to sign up to it. It's like, oh, I know this platform. Yeah.
How do you suspect I don't know if that's the right word to do this, because obviously it's one-on-one coaching, whereas Move With Us is an app guide. I suppose EBT is very much the similar one-on-one, but every other one that you listed is like all app program based, not specifically one-on-one. I
think eventually we will move into that, like doing the app side of you, which we have spoken about, while keeping VIP one-on-one. This isn't going to turn into the next year if you were our client. I'm starting to freak out. You were so fine. But I think that's the direction we want to head if you want to scale it. Because like realistically, there's only so much you can scale with one-on-one or coaching, right? But still keeping that aspect, because I think that's the most important thing of why people are coming to us at the moment is we still have that one-on-one while it's a larger scale. Because we don't want to, like, I've heard just horror stories of people going to other coaches and it is so broad that it's like cookie cutter, can't change anything, this is what it is, move on with your life. But like I still
one program fits all.
I still want to impact someone's life and be able to change it in a way for the better and still very much like tailorized, but I want it also to be affordable for the wider population. So I think learning to have that balance, and I'm always like constantly saying to KK, it's like, okay, I want to be like this company or like this company. I was like, I want to be like I want to be us. Like I want to do what no one else is doing. Which I think is still having that one-on-one capacity in a wider aspect, but there's going to be a little,
and I think you'll find that along the way.
Exactly.
A couple more like low key ones. I'd like to read 5 books.
Yes.
I've already ticked off one, guys.
Yes.
How good am I?
In a second.
I do want to do before the baby's born is whether it's a retreat, whether it's I book an Airbnb for 2 nights and don't touch my phone, like just whether it's like us, whether it's just myself, like I don't know, just like something that's for me or the girls that is like my last kind of not a mum. I really just want to like switch off, like do nothing, see what comes up.
And not even like record or anything. Like, have like a GX, like, and that's it.
So would love to do that. And obviously, as you can tell, I've not mentioned travel absolutely once.
Wow.
And I couldn't be happier about it.
But I do want to go to Northern Territory, like you said.
Except for the baby moon. But in terms of like overseas, I'm like, I don't want to step foot on a plane overseas the whole year.
Passport is in the drawer.
Passport's in the drawer for a while, collecting dust. I would love to go to Perth to see my family because I haven't been for a while. And just Sydney for a work trip and then Melbourne to see the Acro fam. But like other than that,
no. We're actually going to Europe in July. Depending. Sesame over there. We're gonna get that boy out.
What date do you leave again?
The 6th of July.
Okay. I think he'll be born by then.
I agree. And like as long as I have like a good week with him, like I don't want to have like one day and then leave like Kate's like we're extending.
At least you are only 2 weeks.
I'm like, we're not extending. Not happening, no.
So and then just in terms of the podcast,
grow.
We want to double what we did last year, and considering we did do that long distance and with the year we had, crazy. Make sure we've got our March retreat, which you guys, we sold on our email list. So if you're not on our email list, you'd want to jump on that because things are coming and they go straight to there first. A couple of events that we'd love to do.
Yeah.
We've got a product on the way.
Oh yeah,
which is
that's
really
fun.
exciting.
I keep forgetting about
That should be quite soon, hopefully. We want insane guests. We have a lot of like series planned for the year. That's where like the 2 episodes a week come in. And yeah, like obviously a Slay podcast studio and JT Visuals taken over.
Just a well-known podcast.
Like Australia's best.
Yeah. Besties.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all our goals.
That is a life update and all of our goals. Now, something that we want to bring into every episode at the like last little bit is something called
the discipline drop.
Yes.
This is inspired from, we wanted to like bring back a segment because obviously the first few years we had, what did we even call it?
We like really toyed with things. We had like recommendations, we had highs and lows.
What was the, remember when the boys had like the sound? What did we call that?
Oh, shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
But something that is able to give you guys value. So we're going to add this in at the end of every episode, and basically, it's something that's helped us improve our life, or like a really good recommendation, or something that we think would help you guys. So my first one for 2026 is reading, which is crazy. But as I said, my word for the year is peace, and I've just been making sure that each day and week I bring peace into that. So it's like you setting the word consistency and then not showing up every single week. Like you're putting that at your detriment. So pick your word to what you want this year to look like. Mine being peace. So I'm like, how can I bring that? That's me going to the beach a couple times a week, switching off, reading, switching off my phone at night and reading. And I read Magnolia Parks. Both Lil and you're about to be finished.
I can't believe we like coincidentally were reading this book at the same time.
And we get like halfway through and we're like, oh, we're reading the same book.
And we were also like 10 pages apart.
Yeah.
And then Tori hustled the last 24 hours and she finished it last night.
Yeah.
And I think I have like 30 pages left now.
Yeah.
So close.
So good. And then it's a 4-part series, so I'm on to Daisy Hates.
Have you got it yet?
Yeah.
I've
had it. Whoa. Had it for ages.
Oh, okay. I need to order it.
Order it like now so that when you're done, it's like there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think for someone who like, I never read in school, I hate books. It's just been a good way for me, especially during like pregnancy, being sick, like to just get the fuck out of my head, my body, the world. And I think hopefully when I'm breastfeeding, I'll be doing a lot of that as well. Yeah. So that's my discipline drop for today.
Mine is get yourself a whiteboard and write your to-do list on the whiteboard. Kate and I have started doing this so we know both of our schedules for the day and what we have on, because we kind of was like, I knew what I was doing, he knew what he was doing, but we didn't really know what we were doing together, and it's just so good to have the same thing. This also sparked my like memory because I know that Taylor, this is also if you like don't have a company together, right? But Taylor, our friend, Isaac would ask her every single night, what are we having for dinner? What's for dinner? Yeah. And she's like, I was sick of it. So I literally, this is not the Bible, it's just like a little side note, but she made a Google Calendar and invited him to every single night what like was on the dinner menu, because then he would also make dinner, but he'd be like, okay, cool, tonight, what am I doing? Oh, Google Calendar says butter chicken. I'll go into the fridge and I know what to make. Yeah. That she was like, it just helps so much because every time he asked me, I knew the answer, but it would piss me off. Yeah. And I was like, wow, love that. So
we do the same every single night. We're like, what have you got on tomorrow? Yeah. And I keep seeing, I think it's from Kmart and it dropped recently, but it's like a digital whiteboard you put on the fridge. Oh. And you like can color, it looks like a Google Calendar, you color code it. Whoa. So I'm like, I want to get that so I know when Jackson has shoots, when I've got appointments, when we've got the podcast. Because we do it every night, either in bed or in the shower. We say, what's on your day? Or on our morning walk. See, our problem was Kate would just say work. I'm like, what are you having tomorrow? Work. Yeah, but what? Just no shit, Sherlock.
Oh, every fucking time. So I was like, we have a whiteboard. I write in pink, he writes in blue. We just write our to-do list, not necessarily with time, but we write our to-do list. And it really helps me to stay accountable because I'm like crossing it off and the satisfaction of like crossing it off. And then at the end of the night, if something isn't crossed off, I then will write that at the top in red. So with a different font, and that's what I have to do first. Then I can move on with my to-do list.
It does help.
It helps so much.
Yeah. Well, we're so happy to be back.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're in a chatty mood.
Chatty mood. January, obviously, today, if you're listening real time, it's the 19th. So we've got our Monday eps dropping as per usual, but as of February, we'll have 2 episodes a week.
Woohoo!
And you guys were like, 2 episodes, that's not a repeat of the Monday episode.
Yeah.
So we're listening, we hear you, and it's coming.
Yeah, it is. Very excited for it.
But if you can, drop us a follow on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is
TikTok,
climbing.
YouTube. So yeah, we love you guys, and we'll be back in your ears next week.
Bye.